All right. Don't Breathe 2. I didn't know that was even a thing.
When is it coming out?
Apparently it's out or almost out or something.
What?
I know. Let me check. I was like, what the fuck? Don't Breathe.
Because the old man survives, and so does the girl.
Yeah. Trailer. Release date 12th of August.
That's
Crazy.
4 days ago.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe we can watch it on Amazon or something. Netflix?
I think so. Yeah, because usually it says at the top where you can watch it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see anything. But yeah, I'll be keen to watch that. First one was interesting to say the least.
Yeah, do you remember that one scene? And I think I know what you're talking. Yeah.
I think everyone knows. If you bring up that movie and you mention the scene, that's the scene everyone's gonna think.
Yeah.
Of. Eey.
Hey man.
Cheers, dude. We'll drink some 12-year-old Macallan.
12-year-old Macallan, double cask.
Yeah, it's hard to beat. So much smoother than the Russell Reserve.
That's what I love about the Macallan 12. It's reliable, smooth, got oakiness, sweet.
Well, reliable is a great way to put it.
Yeah, like a standard choice for Scotch single malt. If you want to recommend something to someone.
It's easy to drink. Like there's other things, like the Ardbeg, I think, which is like a bit more like complicated. Like you have to be a bit more like in a certain like time to have it type thing. When a Macallan's just, you can have it any time. It's just smooth.
Breakfast, Macallan. Lunch, Macallan.
Dude, I would.
Yeah.
I would so drink it.
AA meeting, Macallan.
That'd be the best AA meeting.
I remember the Balvenie 14, we had to drip like a bit of water in it, like do some like chemistry, like let the flavors pop.
Right. That was
not Macallan. Drink it straight out of the bottle.
Yeah, just take water out of it if there's any water in it.
Dehydrated, that's
Dehydrated, right. Yeah. What's the highest that you can get in Australia? The percentage?
I bought 73% proof rum from my uncle once. And I'm pretty sure they don't sell it anymore, but they used to sell it with a special cap because it was extremely flammable.
Fuck.
It was around, at that time when I bought it, was 2000, and I think it was 15, might have been 2015. Okay. It was around $80. It was Bacardi, and I never tasted it, but my uncle said it tasted like petrol. Please don't buy it for him again.
Yeah, that would definitely taste like petrol. There's no way that tastes good.
How does he know what petrol tastes like? Man, my uncle drinks too much, man. He finished that bottle in 2 days.
What?
Yeah, by himself, 2 days.
Dude. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I try to
had some for lunch, had some for dinner, had some for lunch the next day, had some for dinner the next day.
Fuck. Beast.
No, man, I think that's called alcoholism.
Beast alcoholism.
Yeah. The fact that his liver can take it.
Right, that's true. My liver would be fucked. My liver is fucked, I'm sure.
Is it?
Probably. Yeah. I feel like when you drink so much that you're like passing out and you know all that bad stuff's happening, you're pretty much having alcohol poisoning. Like that's doing damage, like permanent damage to your liver.
But to be fair, the liver is like one of those organs that even if there was a small portion left of it, enough to function, it would completely regenerate itself.
Right, I guess, yeah, I have heard it's resilient, but then you also hear about like fatty livers and all that stuff. Like, I'm sure my liver's getting
fatty liver.
Chunky.
Have you got a blood test recently?
Not too recently, but I know my mum has a like fatty liver, and like I take after her in a lot of ways, so I'm sure I'm gonna.
They check your AST and ALT levels.
Okay.
To determine your liver fat content, and I had mine done, and mine's fine. So if mine's fine, trust me, you're good.
Well, yeah, I'd hope so, but like science bodies are different, dude. It's like the thing where like someone's smoking packs a day, and then someone inhales some like secondhand smoke, and then like some people could just smash it, you know.
The cancer of the soul.
Right. Yeah. People built different sometimes.
My grandpa has been drinking since he was 14, and he is 85 now, and he's still drinking, and he's fine.
But he has a high tolerance, right?
Yeah, he only likes drinking. He drinks three things. He drinks red wine, he drinks full-strength beer, or he drinks Scotch. That's it. 3 things.
Right.
He'll have the occasional cognac, but yeah.
He has good taste, yeah. Because, like, my theory is that, like, obviously I'm not a doctor, like, I don't know, but, like, it seems safe to assume, like, someone can drink a lot, but it's, like, it's the times when you get smashed. Like, that's when you're doing damage to your liver. Like, when you're so drunk that you're collapsing, you're throwing up, you know what I mean? You're a huge mess, you pass out, you lose days, like, you know, not days, but you lose, like, a whole night of
days. What sort of hangover movie are you living?
Dude, I've had hangovers for like 3 days. Like I remember,
that.
Yeah. Like once. I remember stuff, but that was when you were at Vargo?
No, that was when I was 16. I got the bottle of Aristoff.
Was that the Midway?
No, that wasn't it. That was earlier on. No, Aristoff was we got it during that was just came out. It was called Blue Wolf vodka.
Sounds familiar. You definitely brought that up.
Yeah, because I probably went Blue Wolf vodka. I'm gonna drink it. I guess I learnt my lesson. That's all I could say.
I wish I could say that. Like, I think I have now because I haven't done Smash 2 too recently, but it always seems to just happen again and again.
It's lockdown and we can't hang out. Of course.
Right. When was the last time I got smashed again? It was with Ashley and Mitch.
Oh, was it with Ashley and Mitch? Was
it Mitch Reese?
Yeah, Mitch. No, it wasn't Mitch. It was Ashley, Reese. Yeah.
Yeah, we did the drinking game, right? I didn't think anyone else was there.
We weren't doing a drinking game. We just got drunk.
Oh, so I'm thinking of time it was just me, you, and Ash.
That time. That was a drinking game.
Yeah, that was the last time I got smashed. I didn't even remember throwing up that day. It just happened.
Yeah, I was there.
That was the first time I think I've, like, grown up, like, not remembered.
I did not see that happening because you were so composed.
Yeah.
And then Ashley picked you up like a life-size human doll and went, little shake, 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 get that liver working, and then that was it, you're down.
Yeah. Don't shake me. That's the poison I end up had. I've been very bad with that, like if I've ever rolled down a hill when I was a kid, like I'd feel sick. I never thrown up from that, but like I felt so sick just like getting dizzy or stuff like that. Like
your inner ear liquid must be like just mud. It's like sludge.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's not a liquid, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Good times though, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Cheers to that, man.
Cheers, dude. So Suicide Squad, what was your favorite character?
Good question. That's tough. Really, really loved King Shark. But I also really loved that interaction between his name's Bloodsport?
Bloodsport, yeah.
Bloodsport and Peacekeeper.
Yes.
When he went, you're trying to show off. Oh, it doesn't count if it's badass. Fuck, he's right.
That's the best scene when they kill the innocent people.
Yeah, they're all innocent. I cracked up.
I love the resistance. That is so fucking funny. They brutalize them.
Yeah, I know. Dude, I was so surprised that the leader of the resistance decided to help him anyway.
Right?
Yeah.
They just shoved that onto the rug very quickly. Like, what the fuck?
It's like 30 people at least. Crazy. Some of them were eaten.
Yeah. Some of them got like a fan and got like electrocuted in the balls.
Yeah.
When Peacekeeper just like hacks someone while they're sleeping.
That's right, yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Oh, dude, the violence in that movie was so satisfying.
Perfect for a Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah, like a lot of movies are so held back. They're like, oh, not too violent. But I like the direction we're taking with making violent movies violent, right?
Exactly. Suicide Squad. Like, people are gonna fucking die and get maimed and shit, you know?
They're villains. They're meant to act as villains.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why, like, Harley Quinn, you got to see some really dark shit from her. Like,
when she kills.
Yeah. Like, the guy was a piece of shit, but, like, that was still fucked up. Like, that made my skin crawl a little bit. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Because she had, like, such strong feelings, like, for him, like, that quickly, and then just on a flip of a switch, done, you're dead.
What did you think first when she killed him? Like, what was the first thought that came to your head?
At first, like, it legitimately shocked me. Like, it came out of, like, nowhere. Then I was like, that guy fucking sucks, so, like, that's good.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
I was just in shock that she did it. Like,
I thought because she was secretly in love with Joker.
oh.
So that's what I, like, immediately thought. And I thought this was just a fling.
Right.
But as soon as she started having feelings for him again, she started killing. But then she goes on to say, oh, killing kids is a red flag. Not that her and Joker didn't do that to Jason Todd.
Yeah, what the fuck? So stupid.
And this time it wasn't even Jason Todd, right? In this cinematic universe, it's meant
Dick Grayson.
That's right, yeah.
Which is pretty annoying because the big thing, when I first heard there was going to be an older Batman, my first thought was that he could interact with the Nightwing. You know what I mean? Like,
not a single live action Nightwing yet.
Right? Like, that's one bad thing they've done with Ben Affleck's Batman. Like, he's so, like, lonely. Like, where's Catwoman? Where's Nightwing? Where's Robin? Like, I get that Robin could be dead. Like, why not have Tim Drake? You could have Tim Drake's Robin, Jason Todd out there as Red Hood, and Dick Grayson as Nightwing. And you could then have him, like, he had a fling with Talia back in the day, and then bring in Damian Wayne.
Yes.
Flesh out the whole universe, and that's one thing you couldn't do with
the Bat family.
Bale. Yeah, and, like, they haven't done any of it except for, you know what I mean, Robin died, but it doesn't seem like they're going to be doing Red Hood with him. So it's like...
It's always just different versions of Batman doing Batman things without giving some rich context to his family or his background. I'd really like to see that come to life. And at this time, it felt like, with the age difference between him and Alfred, it just felt like they were a gay couple, and Alfred's the older guy.
I actually didn't mind because, like, I've seen in, like, some comics, like, they make Alfred more younger now, and he's like more, he's had, like, military experience, and he's more like the tech guy than having
in Gotham.
Yeah, than having, like, the Lucius Fox. You know, you have Alfred being the guy that's doing the tech and stuff. So I didn't mind that. But just wasted opportunities for sure. Like, imagine if Nightwing helped Batman fight Superman. And, like, gave him some gear and stuff, or like he's the one that drops the payload with the kryptonite or something.
Just a little, even like a reference to Nightwing.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure.
That would have been amazing. With the new Batman movie coming out, do you reckon they might do that with
I was thinking
Robert Pattinson?
About the Batman too. I hope so. It makes sense if they don't, because it is such a younger Batman. It's only year 2. But they're already bringing in Catwoman. I have no idea, but, like, I'm so keen for this type of Batman.
Yes. That trailer.
Grounded. Oh, it's one of my favorite trailers of all time.
Yes. The brutality.
The, like, edginess to it, the angst, like...
Yeah.
It's just a great
And that
vibe.
song.
Oh, dude.
What was it? Oh, who was it again?
Nirvana, right?
Nirvana, yes.
Yeah, something's in the way. Something
I
something like that.
Song.
Dude, such an amazing song.
Yes.
Like, perfect for the trailer.
Eerie, but, like, strong angst throughout it.
Yeah, and, like, I've never associated the color red with Batman, but I love the red aesthetic, like, at the end and stuff, like, with the logo and everything. It's, like, it's such a cool way to separate this Batman, and it makes it feel more brutal.
Gives me Batman Beyond vibes.
Yes, which is crazy they haven't done a movie like that yet. I love it, Batman Beyond. I don't know why they haven't.
Imagine, like, a futuristic sci-fi Batman Beyond.
I think they'll eventually do it. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they do it pretty soon, because... Look, they've had, like, the Christian Bale, which is, like, grounded, but then they go to, like, Ben Affleck's, which is, like, brutal and, you know, hanging around with Superman and Justice League. Then they do this more, like, angsty detective Batman. Like they're pretty much doing every type of Batman. So to do a Batman Beyond, like in the future, is a great way to do something different.
I'd love that. I definitely love that.
So I wouldn't be surprised in the next two Batmans. Within the next two Batmans, they do Batman Beyond.
Batman's your favorite, right?
Yeah. Batman, same. Then Spider-Man. Spider-Man's just behind.
Ooh, that's pretty good. I love Spider-Man, but I also love Deadpool.
Deadpool's amazing.
And I loved what Hugh Jackman did for Wolverine.
Yes, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine was definitely my third. Spider-Man was my favorite at one point. Then The Dark Knight came out. Then ever since it's been Batman. But yeah, Wolverine's been up there for me. Deadpool I was just a little bit late to. Like, I didn't have growing up with him, so neither did I. Yeah, but he's just
I knew there was animated versions.
Yeah. But it's such a great character.
I could sip on this Scotch all night long.
Dude, it's so fucking good. It has to be my favorite. Just for its accessibility.
I'm keen for you to try Glenn Farclas, the 15-year-old, because you love how smooth this is. That feels like you're drinking sherry.
Wow. Dude, all your recommendations are through the roof, so definitely keen for that.
I'm just trying them out, dude. We're actually trying it together, basically. Every time I get a new drink, we're trying it.
It's so dope because each one has its own flavor, its own experience and everything, and our catch-ups are always based.
Yeah, it's always good conversation. Have a good Scotch.
Sure.
You can't go wrong with that.
Dude, you really converted me to Scotch over bourbon.
No way! So you're a Scotch guy now, officially?
Yeah, I still think bourbon and Cokes work a bit better. That's just because every time I'm drinking Scotch, I'm drinking high quality. So I wouldn't want to mix it with bourbon. So
I agree with you there. I'd rather you have bourbon and Cokes instead of Scotch and Cokes.
Exactly. So if I'm drinking like just pure straight, then it's Scotch. And if I'm having bourbon and Cokes, then bourbon, obviously.
Yeah, fair enough. I reckon, remember the Maker's Mark?
Oh, bourbon and Cokes
that we were having at my place?
Yeah. This is really good.
Yeah, that Maker's Mark is bourbon, so.
Right. That very good bourbon.
Yeah.
I still love bourbon, and the fact that you like because you're not the biggest fan of bourbon, that just shows.
It's not that I'm not the biggest fan. It's just Jim Beam really put a bad taste in my mouth.
Right. I understand that. But yeah, dude, definitely keen to try some more with you.
Have you been following the Olympics?
It wrapped up recently, has it? I spent like a few nights watching it. It's actually really entertaining when you put it on. Like the diving's actually really entertaining.
Is it?
Really entertaining. Like the first time I watched it, I was like, what the hell? But like when you realize like you have to like do all this stuff and then you dive into the water, you have to like not make any splash. So it became
amazing.
Yeah, it's like as I'm watching it, like at first I couldn't understand why they were judging. Like you see this amazing dive and then they go, oh, horrible. And then you see someone do pretty much the same thing and they go, brilliant. It's like I was watching it being like, what the hell? Like they're still doing the somersaults and all that stuff. But then as I watched it, I literally could tell what was a good and bad dive. I'm like, oh, the guy fucked it. Like, yeah, I mean, like if they slightly over rotate or like, you know, I mean, like they kick off the board and the board like shakes too much or like, yeah, like it's a bit too much of a splash. I'm like, they fucked it up.
Yeah, you donkey.
Yeah, exactly. It's raw.
I watched the horse one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with the ghost is crying. She's like, "Please jump, please," and the horse is like, "Nah, I ain't gonna."
Dude, I don't get how they get the medal when it's the horse is doing everything.
The horse is, well, I guess because you're making the horse do it and you're sitting on the horse's back while the horse is doing it.
And I guess they train them, but like, yeah, that one's just not entertaining. It's just a horse jumping over crap. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but that was pretty fun. I like that.
Well, I'll watch it to see the girl cry.
Dude, did you hear about Laurel Hubbard, I think?
No.
Now, let me see if I got my facts straight. Right. So, Laurel Hubbard, I believe, is the first transgender weightlifter in the Olympics.
Oh, okay. Have they already have they already competed?
Yes. So let me just check if I'm getting the pronouns right for Laurel. I think she goes by she.
She.
Yes. So Laurel Hubbard is a weightlifter from New Zealand. And because the Olympics and the Olympic Committee in New Zealand entered Laurel Hubbard into the Olympics, they knocked out a lot of female weightlifters. What's your stance on that?
Yeah, I don't think that's right, because you can feel how you want, but like there is a biological difference between the male genetics and female genetics. Or if you really want to break it down, the XX chromosome or the XY chromosome. Like there's a
Very
legitimate,
much so.
Yeah, like more testosterone means more muscle building, denser bones, all that stuff, like bigger upper body strength. Obviously that varies between people, but like testosterone plays a big part of that, and testosterone is the main hormone that's in an XY chromosome person.
And before Laurel Hubbard's transition, she actually competed as a male in the male weightlifting category. So it wasn't like there was no biological advantage there.
Yeah, and have they completely transformed or transferred?
See, it's complex because there's always the hormone replacement therapy and everything, but the muscle that's already grown
and the bone density is there.
It doesn't go away.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It really doesn't matter. Yeah, I think when it comes to competing, if people want to really be PC, then the only option I can think of is just making everyone competing in the same division.
You mean like male and female?
Male and female. I feel like that's the only way. If people really want things to be fair, I feel like that's the way to do it.
I think
everyone goes in and you just go.
I see your point of view there, but then you're gonna have very few female athletes really coming out.
I don't know. I don't think that should happen. I'm just saying if that's what they keep wanting to push, if they want things to be so even, that's the only way I can see things happening. But yes, like you said, women are going to be coming like 30th place in weightlifting. You know what I mean? If that, probably less. So that's why they make male and female categories, and it's not based on even what you may call yourself. It's based on the biology behind it.
Yeah, and I think
just like really there's weight divisions.
Of course. Imagine like going into a flexibility competition as a guy, right? Yeah. Like you're doing gymnastics, right? And I did gymnastics from kindergarten to year 6, right?
Right. So,
and going into gymnastics for sport all the time, the girls were way more flexible than me. I like my gymnastics coach said that I was really good for a guy, but imagine going into gymnastics as a guy in a guy's division, and you're competing against someone who's biologically female, and they can do a full splits without a hesitation.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's why it's based on biology. So like you nailed it on the head. Like that person's biologically female. Doesn't mean they need to be called that or whatever, but like there's categories for a reason. And like I said, if they're really upset about it, then instead of allowing people to go into the women's division to compete, then make it all fair game. That's the only thing I could think
No divisions.
Yeah. But obviously 100%. That doesn't work. Like, I disagree with that, but I'm just saying that's the only way that can really...
Or they can start a trans category. So a trans females category, trans males category.
That could actually work. I haven't actually heard someone bring up that idea. That's at least an interesting way that could potentially fix it, because everyone has a right to feel how they want, but
you get to feel and act how you want when it impacts only you. But when it starts impacting other people, then you have to be considerate of how it's impacting other people.
And I don't know how this Laurel person did, but from what I've heard, all these people that do that, they end up smashing the competition. And there's a reason why that's
Laurel,
happening.
actually. I heard that Laurel tried to make a statement and actually threw it.
Oh, so they didn't compete? Or?
Well, no. Well, she did compete, but just didn't perform to a capacity, is what I've heard. I'm not following it, but which annoyed a lot of the athletes who missed out on that opportunity. Why go there in the first place? Let the female athletes who worked really hard to be there be there.
Right. So is the implication that she wasn't trying?
Yeah. So the implication is that she didn't try her best to make a point that no, it doesn't matter if I'm a trans athlete.
Right, because she did smash the competition, then it would become more controversial. Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what it seems like with most of the other scenarios when I've heard about it. Yeah. Like some guy tried to prove a point. He just went, like some wrestler was like, I'm a girl, and then just smashed the competition. It was like, I'm just kidding. I just want to prove that your system doesn't work.
That's fair enough. Especially with in America now, it's college track running, and the top 3 athletes are transgender males who are just destroying the competition with the females.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like that's the only time that at least I can think about when it's like you need to be clear with like the biological.
I'm respectful of how you feel. If you want to be called a certain way, I'll call you that. It doesn't mean I necessarily believe what you're saying is true, but I'm respectful to your feelings, right? I'm respectful to your experiences, and I don't want you to have an unpleasant time. That doesn't mean that because you feel a certain way and you feel like you should be entitled to certain things that should strip other people's rights or opportunities away.
Yeah, in the end, it's really entitlement. That's the problem. Like, you feel how you want, like do what you like, but yeah, when it starts affecting others and it's creating a potentially unfair environment, that's when it's like,
it's not okay.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, dude, I feel like we've covered like heaps of awesome topics.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, dude.
Interesting talk today.
Yeah, for sure. It always is, man. Do you have any movies upcoming that you want to watch or you're interested in?
Yeah, actually, there was something, but I can't put my finger on it right now.
Okay.
Is there anything? Oh, how about Quiet Place 2?
Yeah, I'm definitely keen to watch that.
We've seen that one, right?
I haven't seen that one yet. Yeah, you watched that one.
Definitely a good follow-up to the first movie.
Nice, dude. That's all I've wanted to like. That's all I was hoping for,
I'm hoping for a number 3 too.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah. They could really build a franchise out of it. I feel like same with Don't Breathe. They're similar concepts as well. Like Don't Breathe, make noise.
Yeah.
Quiet Place, and they're both coming out around the same time. But the Batman's the main thing. I know it's coming out next year, but I need that movie.
I'm keen for that.
Yeah, like the Batman's like way up here, and then everything else is like so fucking far down. Like,
I hope it doesn't get pushed back.
I definitely think no matter what. Look, I have no idea, but I definitely would assume it's coming out next year. It's just whether it comes out late in the year or something. But I really doubt it gets pushed to 2023. Like, but who knows? I did not think we would be in lockdown at this point in 2021.
Exactly. Can't wait to get out, right?
Yeah, for sure. It just makes it even more better when we can finally do a cheers in person.
Yes, another cheers in person. That's right.
For sure, man.
You know what, man? It was a good night.
It was great. As always, man. Cheers.
Cheers.